You're so closely associated with the city of New York.
Yeah.
You, of all people, understand the passion surrounding 9/11. What do you say to those family members who protested earlier this week and will be doing so again on Friday?
Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have, as to the maniacs that did that horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world. So nobody's really been there, but I can tell you that there are a lot of really great people that are out here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to celebrate, and money's going to charity. A lot of money's going to charity. And you have really the best players in the world, many of the best players in the world, and soon you'll probably have all of them.
Okay, nobody's gotten to the bottom of it. Nobody's gone there. And because he has very recently, as we'll describe, come to the conclusion that Saudi Arabia bears no culpability. The government had nothing to do with it. Who's to say? He is perfectly fine helping host this Saudi-backed LIV Golf series at his Bedminster course this week. And of course, never mind all the stuff about the MBS and assassinations of journalists and the rampant murder of their own citizens and all of that. None of that means anything to Trump. And I realize I'm using my sarcastic voice. So I'm being very honest. He gets money and he gets to play golf. Who the hell cares about torture? Who the hell cares about murder? Who the hell cares about terrorism? He's getting the money and he gets to play the golf. Anyway, he said, I don't know much about the 9/11 families. I don't know what is the relationship to this. Well, I think it's the Saudi thing. And they're very strong feelings, and I can understand their feelings. I can't really comment on that because I don't know exactly what they're saying and what they're saying, who did what. No, I think we know who they're saying did what. Like I think it's pretty clear. You don't necessarily have to agree with it. You might think that it's leaving out certain things or whatever, but you definitely know what the issues of the families of those who died on 9/11 is with you golfing in this Saudi-backed golf thing. You could disagree with it, but to pretend ignorance in this case is so pathetic, Brett. What do you think?
I love when someone says someone should have gotten to the bottom of this when they were the president of the United States. Like you had every opportunity for 4 years to get to the bottom of this. And there was, Obama, I remind everybody, Obama didn't get, whether he got to the bottom of this or not, there are FBI reports that just haven't seen the light of day. Why? Because of obvious reasons that are not too dissimilar to why people play in the Saudi Arabian LIV tour. It's the money, Lebowski.
100%.
Everybody, it's like you think that golfers can't dance? Watch them, just ask them why they're playing for the Saudi Arabia tour. Like they'll be like, well, I just think it's a golf tournament, and they're trying to dance around the concept that they'll avoid saying, which is they're doing it for the money. Like there was in 2020 a moment when Bill Barr basically jumped in front of the bullet jumped in front of a report that was about to be distributed to the members, to the 9/11 families. They got to see some of the allegations that tied theoretically the Saudi government to the attack on 9/11. And all of their justification for not sharing it was like, well, if it really was serious, we'd totally tell you. Yeah, but the answer is, with the golf, it's the money, and with Saudi Arabia in general, it's the oil. And the only way to make it so we don't have to be such strange bedfellows with the Saudis is to not rely on foreign oil. And I think the dominant strategy in all of this is to have a pathway to not rely on oil at all.
I think that would be great. You know what? I plan to start advocating for that here on the Damage Report. But yeah, you're totally right. And I know some conservatives might be watching this and thinking, okay, so you have an issue with him golfing and the Saudi thing. Well, what about Biden's trip to Saudi Arabia? And to that I would say, yeah, we talked about that too, actually. Do you watch the show? No, we criticized him for that. It's awful. And it was for the same reasons, actually. They are all doing it for the same terrible, amoral, at best, I would say immoral reasons.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.